clean conscience. Try and experience God to the full when you are sexually immoral. And what I'll tell you is, it doesn't happen. Spent 10 years in college ministry, and with all my own struggles, and I shared some of them last week, I'll tell you this. What I learned about all the college men I worked with, until they put to bed the area of sexual purity and got pure, they never really grew in Christ. Because they felt such shame and such hypocrisy. Does it mean they never struggle? No, but boy, they closed the door and said, I am committed to living a pure life. And they arranged their time and their life and what they viewed and where they went and who they dated and how late they stayed out and what situations they put themselves in. Because it will destroy your relationship with God. And at the heart of it is something that we don't think about. Notice it says, or a covetous man. A covet means to want and to possess, to get something that you don't have. And notice in parentheses, who is an idolater. See, at the heart of sexual immorality is worship. But it's worship of another kind. You know who you're worshiping when you want more, when you use a person? When you're on to the internet, when you're reading the romance novels, when all you can do is at the store try and find out, as you check out, like, whoa. And you play the games in your mind, who are you worshiping? Idolatry, always at the bottom of the totem, there's a mirror. And when you look into the mirror, that's who you're worshiping. And verse 3 here, verse 5, says that spiritual impurity will destroy your relationship with God. In fact, there's no inheritance in the kingdom of Christ. And then notice what he goes on to say, let no one deceive you with empty words. Don't let anyone deceive you with empty words. Safe sex. We're really in love. It's okay. Empty words. It won't matter later. Empty words. As long as two people are totally committed, you don't have to be married. Empty words. I really love you, and if you love me, you will. Don't let anyone deceive you. See, it destroys your relationship with God, and second, it destroys your relationship with yourself. Violates your conscience. God's got his stamp and his image upon you. And finally, notice the reason. For because of these things, the immorality mentioned above, the wrath of God comes upon the sons of disobedience. You know what wrath is? Mad. God gets mad. He gets mad. Why does God get mad? Because when something that is beautiful and wonderful and he cares about is being threatened, the way that God reinforces, even in a fallen world, things that need to be protected is with his anger. And so it's his just wrath. So there are consequences to immoral behavior. Lauren learned the consequences of immoral behavior. She lost Mike. Mike learned the consequences of immoral behavior. He lost Lauren. The 20-year-old gal sinking with a tragic relationship with the guy that she's with and a dad who doesn't care and depressed and doesn't like herself learned there's pieces of her in all these different relationships, little pieces of cardboard because she got sex and got it over with. Molly learned that at 30, she's experiencing the consequences of doing things that she didn't think had any relationship. She's a Christian now. She's reformed. She has 2 kids. She's got a great husband, but she doesn't know how to be intimate.